What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. I had to stop editing a video so that I could make this one because we finally have a full body look at the new redesigned CE. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to Probably Nowhere for sending this to me. Just appeared in my email out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it and just had to do a video on it immediately. Now, I'm actually kind of disappointed that I didn't find this one on my own because it's on one of my favorite time-wasting places, Reddit. This picture comes from u/hi-fi_, who apparently just found it when they were driving around or whatever. I don't know, but let's take a look at it. There it is. Wow, this is yeah, there's a couple of things I want to mention here for sure. Okay, so as you can see, the body of the bus is pretty much exactly the same as it is now. There's nothing really noticeable from the driver's window back. All of the changes appear to be just to the front, and I assume, I'll get into this in a minute, a couple changes on the back, but not as many. I covered my thoughts in the other video that I did on the redesigned CE, so definitely go and check that out if you haven't already so you can get my full thoughts on that. But I am okay with this design. I think it's going to grow on me over time, and it has been growing on me as I see this bus more. Now, the thing to point out here that we haven't been able to see before is the redesigned roof cap. I don't really know how to describe it, but the warning lights are almost like indented into the bus, kind of, not really. But if you take a look at it, you can see that there's this area and they're like pushed back in there instead of just being flush with this whole area. When I saw it, I kind of pictured Lion. I don't know why, that's just the first one that came to mind. When I showed this to Noah, he immediately thought Superior, which I can definitely see because while it wasn't this dramatic, there was definitely that also indentation there. Adam even thought that there was some C2 mixed in there because of that angle, which I can strangely see it. You can also see this little line thingy up here, which comes from the point on the grill. So it's interesting. It's a different part of the design, and I like that. One other thing I'm noticing now is how narrow these doors appear to be. So I don't know if the doors are being redesigned. It could just be the angle right here, but just something to be on the lookout for. I mentioned this in the last video as well, but the windshield, specifically this little corner piece over here, appears to give the driver more visibility. It looks to wrap around better instead of just kind of ending somewhere. But then there's also this little thing right below it. It looks like this area is kind of angled at like a 45-degree angle from the side and the front. And Adam brought up this point, if you want to put turn signals on there, how are they going to do that if it's at a 45-degree angle? If this angle turns out to be true and they do still want to offer the turning signals right there as an option, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to do what Bluebird does and make a separate housing unit for it so that it is able to be on the bus and, well, face forward. Going back to the warning lights, Adam brought up another good point as I was rereading our chat, but because of this new roof cap, they might end up redesigning warning light visors. I personally really like the current ones that IC has, and I hope that they're not going to change too much because I think that they fit fine on there. They look great. Adam mentioned that they very well could go to individual warning light covers, which on an IC is a big no-no, but who knows? Time is going to tell. I mentioned changing the back earlier. I think that since they redesigned the front roof cap, it might end up being somewhat similar on the back. I don't know. I can't imagine that they're going to change anything else on the back other than the roof cap, considering that they kept the rest of the body the exact same. One other final point that Adam brought up, I'm not sure if this is going to happen, but it very well could for all we know, is a possible name change. Because International renamed all of their truck lines, a couple years ago to this current chassis being the MV, could this possibly be the CV? Are we going to get another CV200, CV300? Like, wouldn't that be weird? I hope not. I would hope that it's going to be the CE just because we have a clear first generation CE, second generation CE, and this would be the third generation CE. I'm not sure I'd ever call it the CV though, because it's just a CE. Alright, so now that you have seen the full picture, let's go ahead. I want to see what y'all were thinking about it. So we will go back, we'll read some comments from the previous videos, see what y'all are thinking about it. And yeah, let's start off with who found this picture. Probably nowhere. Who said, definitely not what I was expecting. Still using styling cues from the current CE, and if I'm correct, the rear end looks like it will stay the same, so I guess the action is happening up front. I'm sure it will probably look better without the camo though. I'm just wondering why the stop sign got the camo treatment though. I was kind of wondering the same thing too whenever I initially saw the picture. It's not like he can just redesign the stop sign and get away with it, but someone on the Reddit post brought up a really good point of, twist, the new sign says go. I mean, it makes sense why they'd camo it, but you can also see that there's a little red behind it, so maybe if we make it green, like a green stop sign that's just out whenever it drives or something. I don't know. Noah, of course, one of the resident IC fans, said, the roof cap makes the front look a little less stupid to me, but I'm still not happy with the front end design, which looks stupid. Don't get me started. I really wanted to get him started on that. I left him alone, but you know, I'm definitely interested to hear what him and other IC fans have to say about this bus, because it is different. Okay, maybe not super different, but you know, noticeably different. Adam said the following: it's a welcome change to an outdated design. Looks a little too much like a C2 in my opinion, but I can't wait to start seeing these on the road. Also, I hope that the rear roof cap gets a change and that they maintain the option for dual warning light visors instead of individual ones. I like the recessed warning light area on the front. I also hope that they figure something out for the cowl-mounted turning signals, since that's standard on West Virginia ICs. It was brought up in the last video that the new CE does share aspects with the C2 and a lot of other buses, so I can definitely see why he's not happy with it looking so much like a C2 instead of just coming up with a completely unique design. Not that this isn't. This is completely different from the current CE, but almost a little C2-ish or Vision-ish, or you know, whatever you want to compare it to, because I do see a lot of other buses in this bus. PopCO5 said, in my opinion, the redesigned CE looks off. Not necessarily I hate it, but I'm not even sure what the front-facing CE looks like in the future. Yeah, I mean, it's a little off. I'm sure there's still working out some quirks here and there, but considering that this one is on a trailer, on the move, I think we're getting pretty close to, you know, final designs, and this is a completely different bus than the last picture we saw based off of the grille color, so it looks like they're starting to make more of these. Karina said, that looks awful. The regular CE looks better and more shiny. It's definitely going to take time to get used to. I think it's just one of those things where we're going to have to, you know, just see it more or see it in person before we can grasp it. But personally, I'm okay with it right now. Maybe seeing it in person will change my mind though. Bus Driver 11 said, by far, I see Shirley is coming a long way from this, and that possibly could bring in more buyers with a facelift, new and improved safety features, and by far the capability of passengers rising for a Type C. International and IC surely needed this since the 4300 originally replaced the 4700 and 4900s in 2002. This is by far a huge step, and for the new safety features coming along with the new design, it's a step for our future generations to have a chance to improve their well-being and have a safer trip. Very well said right there. I don't know if it's going to necessarily attract more buyers because of just a facelift, which it could, for all I know. Oh my goodness, this is a new bus right here, so maybe it is time to reconsider getting a IC, even though we've primarily been Bluebird or Thomas or whatever. Either way, they've definitely come a long way since the second gen CE, and I am excited to see what other safety improvements and new features that are on this bus. When talking with Probably Nowhere, it was mentioned that it would probably look better without the camo on the bus, and I agree. I want to see what this bus looks like just as a normal school bus, or as a school bus that is just about being completed. So I took the liberty of spending 10 minutes in Photoshop with horrible Photoshop skills and created this. As you can see, I am no artist, but I tried to get the colors to match as best as I could based off of the shadows and all that. Now, even with my horrible Photoshop skills and just spending 10 minutes in there using the brush tool to draw around on here, it definitely looks better without the camo than with it, and it's growing on me a little bit more, tiny bit more, that it's, you know, yellow. So I don't know, but I just wanted to share that with you so that you can get a better idea of what this bus might actually look like. So yeah, there is finally a full view of at least one side of the redesigned CE. I'm excited to see this bus actually get announced, and I will continue to do videos on this if we start seeing more pictures that show other parts of the bus that we have yet to see, such as the passenger side or the interior of the bus or even the back of the bus. Huge shout out to Probably Nowhere for finding this and sending it to me. Greatly appreciated. And of course, credit to the original Reddit user who posted this. I'm glad that they did. And again, I'm kind of disappointed that I never found it, considering the amount of time that I spend on Reddit. So make sure you guys let me know your thoughts on the full CE now. Now that you've seen not just the front of the bus, but you've seen the full bus, let me know your comments on it down below. I'm definitely interested to hear what everyone has to say, and let's have a conversation about it. So that'll do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I always do appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Safety Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it, down, I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or we're not going to see any more pictures of the redesigned CE until it actually gets announced. And where's the fun in that? Come on. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care. Don't let anything happen to you. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching.